Welcome to Anad Pathshala. Today we'll be discussing the lesson Kai Bareha from class 7 Tili Kannada. So this lesson is about the handwriting and importance of a good handwriting. Pata Pravesha, that is introduction to the lesson. Kannada ಲಿಪಿಯ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅನೇಕ ಕವಿಗಳು ಹೊಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So many poets have written about the beauty of the Kannada letters. ಕನ್ನಡ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಬರಹ ಎನ್ನುವ ಖ್ಯಾತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದಿದೆ. Kannada letters are famous ಖ್ಯಾತಿಯನ್ನು for their beautiful letters in the whole world. ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಬರಹ. So Kannada letters are very beautiful. ಅದು ಪೂರ್ಣಚಂದ್ರನಂತೆ ಮುತ್ತಿನಂತೆ ರೂಪವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದು ನೋಡುಗರ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಸೆಳೆಯುವಂತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಮನವನ್ನು ಸೆಳೆಯುವಂತಿದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ because of the beauty of the letters. And how are the letters? They are like purna chandradante, means like a full moon. Muttinante, like pearls, means they are all round like full moon. ಅಂದವಾದ ಬರವಣಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವದ ಕನ್ನಡಿ. ಸೊ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ. ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವದ ಕನ್ನಡಿ. ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ. ಕನ್ನಡಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಮಿರರ್. ಲೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅವರ್ ಮಿರರ್. ಇಟ್ ಶೋಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್. ಶುದ್ಧ ಬರವಣಿಗೆ ಶುದ್ಧ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ. ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಲೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ. ಶಿಸ್ತಿನ ಬರವಣಿಗೆ ಶಿಸ್ತಿನ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ಡ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಶೋಸ್ ದಟ್ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಯರ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಬರವಣಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಬರವಣಿಗೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಶೋಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಬಲ್ಲವರು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹೂ ಸೇಸ್ ದಿಸ್? Known people, experienced people, and experts say this. So you might have heard about a field called graphology. What is graphology? Graphology is where they study the handwriting of the people and they tell about the people's personality. So ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಬರವಣಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ರೂಢಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಸಹಾಯಕವಾಗುವ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚರ್ಚಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. So here in this lesson they are discussing about the beautiful handwriting. You should make it a habit to develop a good handwriting. And sahayakavagalu, to help you all to develop a good handwriting, certain things are discussed over here. And beautiful handwriting is very useful for the students because good handwriting has a positive impact on your grades also. ಉತ್ತಮ ಕೈ ಬರಹದ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳನ್ನು ಓದಿ ಕಲಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳಿರಿ. So here they have given some points for good handwriting. So keep this in mind. And then they have given sample handwritings. You have to judge those handwritings and also judge your handwriting also and improve your handwriting. First they are saying, ನೀವು ಬರೆಯುವ ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳು ಸ್ಫುಟವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳು ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಗುರುತಿಸುವಂತಿರಬೇಕು. So when you are writing, your letters should be clear. Means whoever is reading, they should be easily readable. Whoever is reading your handwriting, they should read it easily. ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳನ್ನು ತಪ್ಪಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಕಾಗುಣಿತ ದೋಷಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲದಂತೆ ಬರೆಯಬೇಕು. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್, there should not be any mistakes when you are writing. ಥರ್ಡ್, ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳು ಒಂದೇ ಗಾತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿರಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕದು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಆಗಿರಬಾರದು. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್, it should be of the same size. You should not write one letter small, one letter big. So it should be of the same size, like how you see over here. It looks beautiful, no? It should be of the same size. Next, ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳು ಬಿಡಿ ಬಿಡಿಯಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಕೂಡಿಸಿ ಬರೆಯಬಾರದು. So here you can see letters. When they are written, it should be little separated from each other. You should not stick to one another so that it is readable. Fifth one, ಅಕ್ಷರ ಪದ ಹಾಗೂ ಸಾಲುಗಳ ನಡುವೆ ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ಅಂತರವನ್ನು ನೀಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅಕ್ಷರ, ಪದ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಾಲು. ಅಕ್ಷರ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಲೆಟರ್ಸ್, pada means words, so between the words, and salugalu means lines, sentences. There should be a definite interval between them, means spacing should be good. So here you can see between the letters there is little space, between the words there is a definite space over here, and between the lines also there is some space. You should not write like sticking to one another, two words sticking to each other, very close to each other, and two lines very close to each other. You should not write like that. That's a bad way of writing. ಸಾಲುಗಳು ನೇರವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. So ಸಾಲುಗಳು means the lines should be, you should write in a straight line. It should not go up, it should not go down. It should be in a straight line. Then only it is beautiful to see. Next, ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳನ್ನು ಎಡಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲವೇ ಬಲಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾಗಿಸಿ ಬರೆಯಬಾರದು. ಅಂದರೆ ನೇರ ನಿಲುವು ಇರಬೇಕು. So they are saying when you are writing, the letters should not bend to the right or the left. It should always be straight when you are writing. 8th, ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ವೇಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯಬೇಕು. You should write in a fixed speed. ಚಿತ್ತುಕಾಟು ಮಾಡಬಾರದು. When you are writing, if there is you should not cut and write. You should not make lines, cut and all that. It looks dirty, right? Even your rough book should be neat. Next, ಒತ್ತಿ ಬರೆಯಬಾರದು. You should not press and write like this. You can see that impression falls over there. It's not nice. So you should not press and write, be it with pencil or a pen. You should not press and write. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬರವಣಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಇತರರು ನೋಡಿ ಸಂತೋಷ ಪಡುವಂತಿರಬೇಕು. So when others see your handwriting, they should feel happy. They should feel like reading what you have written. So that is the takeaway for more good handwriting. So even in your answer sheets or in your notes, if you write your notes neatly, you will feel like reading that notes, right? And if you write your answer sheets, exam answer sheets neatly, whoever is correcting will feel happy reading your answer sheets, and it will get you good grades. Now, based on all these instructions, you have to judge the samples of handwriting which is given in this lesson. First sample, that is Falaka Undu. Pisumatina Gumbasu. Gumbasu, all of you all know, it is Gol Gumbas, and it is famous for this whispering, no? It's whispering gallery. So with Pisumatina Gumbasu. This is written by Ellamma Yelanya Taragati. She's from 7th standard and her name is Yellamma. So what is she written? Idu Bijapuradaga Aiti. ಬಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗಾತ್ರದ ಗ್ವಾಡಿಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾದ ಒಂದು ಗೋಲಾಕಾರದ್ದು ಗುಮ್ಮಟ ಐತಿ. Now if you see this Kannada here, it is not the Kannada which you are reading in your textbooks like that. So this Kannada belongs to North Karnataka. North Karnataka people talk like this. Ide, instead of ide, they tell aiti. So this is a North Karnataka language. So when you read itself, you can make out that this person is from North Karnataka. So what is she written? Idu Bijapuradaga aiti. Means idu Bijapuradalli ide. What is there? That is Gol Gumbas is there in the Bijapur. ಬಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗಾತ್ರದ ಗೋಡೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾದ ಒಂದು ಗೋಲಾಕಾರದ್ದು ಗುಮ್ಮಟ ಐತಿ. ಸೊ ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗಾತ್ರದ, ಗಾತ್ರ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸೈಜ್, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗಾತ್ರ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಗ್, ಗ್ವಾಡಿಗಳ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಬಿಗ್ ವಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಗ್, ಅಬೌವ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ ವಾಲ್ಸ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾದ ಒಂದು ಗೋಲಾಕಾರದ ಬಿಗ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಗುಮ್ಮಟ ಐತಿ. ಸೊ there is a dome which is circular and it is very big and it is placed on the big walls. ಈ ಕಾರಣದಾಗ ಇದಕ್ಕ ಗೋಳ ಗುಂಬಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು ಬಂದೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೋಲಗುಂಬಸ್ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಗೋಲ್ ಗುಂಬಸ್. ಗುಮ್ಮಟದಾಗ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು ಆ ದನಿ ಮತ್ತ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಆ ದನಿ. ಸೊ ಗುಮ್ಮಟದಾಗ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಗೋಲ್ ಗುಂಬಸ್, ಮೆಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಈವನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಿಸ್ಪರ್ ಓವರ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಲೋ ವಾಯ್ಸ್, ಆ ದನಿ, ದಟ್ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಮತ್ತ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತೈತಿ. ಅಗೇನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಯುವರ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಪ್ರತಿಧ್ವನಿ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿಧ್ವನಿ ಎಕೋ. ಯುವರ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಎಕೋ. ಪ್ರತಿಧ್ವನಿ ಈಸ್ ಎಕೋ. ಈ ಗುಮ್ಮಟದ ವ್ಯಾಸ, so now she's talking about the size, that is the circumference of this gummata. How much is it? 124 adi, that is 124 adi. So it is 124 feet. ಐತಿ. ಒಂದ ತುದಿ ಒಳಗ ಕುಂತು ಸಾವಕಾಶ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಒನ್ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸಿಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಚಲೋ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತೈತಿ. ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಯುವರ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ now you have to, now we discuss those points now. So based on that you talk about this handwriting. What do you think about this handwriting over here? First, there are no mistakes. Okay. Second, it is from North Karnataka. So you know this girl is from North Karnataka. And third, if you see here, the letters are very small, right? Small letters. If you have to read that, you have to literally squint your eyebrows and read. Pay attention to one. So there is no clarity in the letters. Like for example, if you see here, it is kunto. Okay? So this ka and zero. It is kantu or kuntu. Now there is a doubt over there. So there is no clarity in the writing. So what do you think? Is it a good handwriting? You have to write little bigger and there should be clarity. Okay. Now below they have given one box over here. Now what is your task? The same content, what is there in this box, you should write it in this box. Okay. But with a very good handwriting. Now this is second example. Falaka Yeredu, second sample of handwriting. Kali Nadi. So the topic is about the river which is called Kali. It is written by Kallurappa from 7th standard, 7ನೇ ತರಗತಿ. Now let's see what he has written. ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡು ಹಲವು ನದಿಗಳ ತಾಣ. So Kannada Nadu, that is in Karnataka. It is a place of many rivers. Tana means place. Nadigalu means river. ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪಶ್ಚಿಮ ಘಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಹಳಿಯಾಳ, ಯಲ್ಲಾಪುರ ತಾಲೂಕುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹರಿದು ಕಾರವಾರದ ಬಳಿ ಅರಬ್ಬಿ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಸೇರುತ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್, ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪಶ್ಚಿಮ ಘಟ್ಟ, that is Western Ghats, they were born over there. So they originate in the Western Ghats and it flows through Haliyala. These are the names of the places. Haliyala, Yellapura, ತಾಲೂಕುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹರಿದು. So it flows through these places, Haliyala and Yellapura. ಹರಿದು ಕಾರವಾರದ ಬಳಿ, near Karwar, it will join the Arabian Sea. That is ಅರಬ್ಬಿ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಸೇರುತ್ತದೆ. ನದಿಯ ಮಾರ್ಗ, that is the path of the river. ದಟ್ಟವಾದ ಅರಣ್ಯ, ಪರ್ವತಗಳಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿದ್ದು ನೀರಾವರಿಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸಹಕಾರಿಯಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. So he is saying that when this river flows through the forest, ದಟ್ಟವಾದ ಕಾಡು, that is starting from Western Ghats, no? So when it is flowing through the forest, thick forest and the mountains, ಪರ್ವತಗಳಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿದ್ದು, it is not useful. When it is flowing through the forest and the mountains, it is not very useful for people. ಕಾಳಿ ಜಲವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಯೋಜನೆಯ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಜಲಾಶಯವನ್ನು ಸೂಪದ ಬಳಿ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಕಾಳಿ ಜಲವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಯೋಜನೆಯ, that is a hydroelectric power from Kali river, ಜಲಾಶಯವನ್ನು ಸೂಪದ ಬಳಿ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೂಪ, Supa is a place, near that it is constructed for generating electricity. Okay, so when it is flowing through the forest and the mountains, people can't use it. So in a place called Supa, we are able to get the benefit of this river producing electricity, that is from the hydroelectric power is set up in this place. Katteya ಎತ್ತರ 320 ಅಡಿಗಳಿದ್ದು, that is the dam is about 320 feet high. 10 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕಿಲೋವಾಟ್ ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆಯಾಗುತ್ತಿದೆ. So about 10 lakh kilowatt power is generated from this particular dam. This is the content of this para. Now you tell me, how is this handwriting? Was it easy to read? No, because it is in different direction. There is no clarity of the letters. It is not round and clear, and you can see the letters are moving to the left over here. Okay, some letters are moving to the right, so it is not straight. You can see it is right over here, some are straight, some are moving to the left over here. So there is no clarity in this letter. It is not uniform. There is no mistakes in this para. Okay, so this is about the handwriting. How do you feel about this handwriting? Was it easy to read for you all? Now same thing you have to do here. You have to write the same content in this blank space with a neater handwriting, following the rules. Falaka 3, that is sample of the third handwriting. So here it is about Mysuru Aramane, that is a Mysore palace, and it is written by Adaviyappa 7ನೇ ತರಗತಿ. So Mysuru Aramane. ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿನ ಭವ್ಯ ಸೌಧ ಮೈಸೂರು ಅರಮನೆ. So Kannada Nadu has one very magnificent, beautiful Mysore palace. ಇದು ಜಗತ್ ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧ. This is world famous palace. ಹಿಂದೆ ಮೈಸೂರನ್ನು ಆಳಿದ ಒಡೆಯರ್ ವಂಶಜರು ಇದರ ನಿರ್ಮಾತೃಗಳು. Back then, that is ಹಿಂದೆ, in the history, ಮೈಸೂರನ್ನು ಆಳಿದ ಒಡೆಯರ್ ವಂಶಜರು. ವಂಶಜರು means the family of Odaiyar people who were ruling the Mysore. They built this palace. ವಾಸ್ತುಶಿಲ್ಪಿಗಳು ಬ್ರಿಟನ್ನಿನ ಹೆನ್ರಿ ಇರ್ವನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಭಾರತದ ಬಿ ರಾಘವಲು ನಾಯ್ಡು. So who are the engineers here? One is Vastu Shilpi Galu, means the engineers who built this palace is from Britain, Henry Irvan. Okay, and next one is from India, that is Bharatada B. Raghavalu Naidu. So these two are the engineers for this Mysore palace. Aramaneya hora ola notavu sundara. So Aramane, that is the palace. Hora ola, outside and inside it is beautiful, sundara. ಪ್ರತಿಭಾಗವು ಅತ್ಯುತ್ತಮವಾಗಿ ಅಲಂಕೃತಗೊಂಡಿದೆ. So every part of this palace is designed very beautifully. ರಾತ್ರಿ ವೇಳೆ ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ದೀಪಗಳಿಂದ ಕಂಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. So in the night, thousands of lights are lit here. So how do you think this handwriting is? It looks neater. It is written in a straight line. Okay, no mistakes are there. But if you see, he is touching each other. Now there is no good spacing between the words here. You can see that there is no much spacing between the words. It is touching each other. Now if you see this letter, it's become smaller. B Raghavalu. So it is little difficult to read. Okay, it's become small and it is sticking. So we have to pay a little more attention to read what is written. So these are the mistakes in this handwriting. So you can see here, Alankrita, that ka is not very clear and it is touching each other. You should not touch, you should not overwrite the letters. There should be some spacing between the letters. Though there is good spacing between the words, there is no much spacing between the letters. So you can see here, it is all touching. Okay, and this one's particularly you have to pay a little more attention. This is big, this is small. Okay, so these are the corrections in this handwriting. So you have to do the same thing again. You have to write it in this blank space, same para, just copy it over here with a very good handwriting. This is a fourth example, Falaka Nalku. This is about Ferdinand Kittel, written by Vinod, 7th standard, that is Yelaniya Taragati. This write-up is about Kittel, that is Ferdinand Kittel. So he says, English ಭಾಷಿಕರು ಕನ್ನಡವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಯಲು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಿಘಂಟನ್ನು ಸಿದ್ಧಪಡಿಸಿದ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಕಿಟಲ್ಗೆ ಸಲ್ಲುತ್ತದೆ. So Kittel, what did he do? He is English ಭಾಷಿಕರು, that is the English speaking community. ಕನ್ನಡವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಯಲು, to understand ಕನ್ನಡ, English Kannada Nighantannu. Nighantu means dictionary. So he is the one who wrote English Kannada dictionary for people who don't know Kannada. That is mainly English speaking community for the Britishers. So Siddha Padisida Kirti. So this credit, Kirti, goes to Kittel for writing an English to Kannada dictionary. German Deshada Itanu. So he belongs to German country. ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾದ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೇಮತಗೊಂಡವನು. So he's a father. Father means a priest in the church, and he was sent to India. He was appointed to come to India. So ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ he came. ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ, so he was staying in ಮಂಗಳೂರು, ಕನ್ನಡ ವ್ಯಾಸಂಗ ಆರಂಭಿಸಿ. So when he was in Mangalore, that is Mangaluru, he started studying Kannada. ಬಹುಬೇಗ ಯಶಸ್ಸು ಸಾಧಿಸಿದನು, means he learned Kannada very fast. ನಿಘಂಟಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯವು, that is the work for the dictionary, 1872ರಲ್ಲಿ, that is 1872, he started. ಆರಂಭವಾಯಿತು. He started in 1872, and in 1892, that is 1892ರಲ್ಲಿ, 1892, he finished the work. So in 1892, 70,000, that is 70,000 ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡು, so it contained about 70,000 words in his English to Kannada dictionary. ಹಸ್ತಪ್ರತಿಯನ್ನು, that is a first draft. ಕನ್ನಡ ಪಂಡಿತರ ನೆರವಿನಲ್ಲಿ, so Kannada scholars are there, no? So with their help, ಪರಿಷ್ಕರಿಸಿ means he got it edited from them. In 1894, ಪ್ರಕಟಿಸಲಾಯಿತು. So in 1994, it was published. Now what do you think about this handwriting here? First of all, it is small, it is not clear, okay? And second, it is going downwards. You can see that, no? It's not, lines are not straight. It is not straight. It is going below the line. And letters are not very clear. Okay? Now if you see here, this is Sha. And the Sha looks like her. So people should read it twice to understand what is written over here. So there is it is not written clearly. Sha looks like her. And you can see this does not look like at all. So these are some corrections that needs to be done in this handwriting. So letters are not very clear. One, no mistakes are there. And it is going downwards. It is not in a straight line. And again, same para you have to write in this blank space with all the corrections. Thank you.